A warm welcome to you on the white carpet right here on Joy News on Multi TV. My name is Gladys Osei Oredu. As usual, what should you be looking out for tonight? Well, Shata Wale is he's actually pointing accusing fingers at Samini for what he calls harassment, molestation, and sabotage, which actually occurred in Toronto, Canada last weekend. So, could that be true? We shall actually attempt to find out the truth right here on the white carpet. And do you also want to find out when exactly Jim Ike proposed to Nadia? Well, I'll give you a hint about that right here. And of course, we're also talking theater and hanging out with that gospel musician you haven't seen in a long while. So watch out. I will bring those all to you right here on the white carpet. The white carpet is brought to you by Airtel. Right, so what's up in town? There was a closing concert that happened last weekend at the Alliance Francaise. Of course, it was a crowning for a week-long Francophone festival, which ended in Accra. Let's recap how exactly the night went at the Alliance Francaise.
What better way to end a week-long festival? The Alliance Francaise over the weekend hosted the French in Ghana and beyond in an exciting concert. Renowned artists were drawn from Congo, Benin and Togo. The artists ensured their fans had great time as they performed some of their hit songs. After a delightful performance, they shared some of their experiences with us.
Since I'm here, the energy I got here is amazing. So Ghana is good. I must say, apart from Chamikwame, Sarkodie, because I love his flow. The way it's flow, you see, it's like Ningas Alogeto, Manyata Ganzotona, and you see that flow. I like it, your Sarkodie and Samini.
It's amazing because I see back the laugh, the smile of Ghanaian girls and Ghanaian boys, and everybody has been so kind, so happy to see me and my band, the musicians, and it's so marvelous for me.
Some patrons also shared their excitement with us.
I came from Benin to support Sesime. I like her so much because she do a great works.
Great, and she have a lot of energy when she's dancing, turning her head and come back to sing again and go and dance. Is very great.
Both the performers and patrons are anxious about the next Francophone Music Festival.
How Alliance Francaise was like exactly a week today, and tonight you could also still be at the Alliance Francaise for the film festival that's happening right there right now. So if you bored and you are a movie person, of course the place to be tonight is at Alliance Francaise. Of course, you could also be at the La Beach, where there is a beach jam, hot, thrilling, happening tonight. So you can go and dance. It's Saturday after all, so go and dance your head off, dance your feet off. Make sure you've had lots of fun before you retire to bed and of course, remember to go to church to pray also. Right, so that's also happening at the La Beach tonight. And I told you, Ike and Nadia, last week we spoke about them here, that Nadia just could not resist saying yes to the much anticipated question that popped from Ike, will you marry me? Well, as reports indicate, this actually happened on her 31st birthday when she was taken on a 5 European city tour by Ike as she celebrated her 31st birthday. So that was when it happened. The reports actually indicate that it happened in Barcelona in November when she was celebrating her birthday, and so the playback only happened last week Thursday and not as exactly when it actually happened. So they've been hanging in there on that proposal for quite some time now, so it's not really that it's just that it's fresh now that it's getting to us, but they've done well keeping it to themselves right there. Right, so congratulations to Ike and Nadia. And also, let's also talk about the craze that is going on in Ghana. Now, I'm sure you may have observed that everybody seems to be donning some kind of a wristband. And when you go for events, you also serve that wristband. What really does it mean to an individual who puts it on? Does it really make a statement on a person? Really, are you also a wristband person? Probably you can also send me a response to that right here to our WhatsApp number 0267 844 024. Tell me, what do your wristband say about you, or what does it really mean to you? But quickly, let's recap this piece. We hit town and actually sought from people how they really look at the wristband they are wearing.
Of wristband these days has become the latest fashion trend for both males and females. Ask why they wear these bands and you will hear different versions of the stories behind their wearing them.
I just use the bands to flex as a fashion.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long do you intend to keep on flexing with it or putting it on?
For the rest of my life, I'll be using it always.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I will use it every day.
Okay, it's just fashionable. I just love wearing it on. Yeah, that's all. Like, I don't like this watches and other stuff, so I'm okay when I wear just this. It matches with any color. Yeah.
Oh, the bands, I wear them for fashion. Yeah, this one represents my school, so like a sign of representation, and this one for my church.
Others, however, believe it is spiritual as it has been anointed from their various churches.
And I bought this because spiritually I think it protects me.
Actually, one is for 2013. That is our year of uncommon favor. And then the other one is 2014. Great grace and great power. That is the theme for Methodist Church at Kolegono Circuit. And it symbolizes for great grace, God will give you more grace in 2014.
As for these two bands, one is very spiritual. Let's say in church, this is Resurrection Power New Generation Ministry. Okay. Yes, they are very spiritual. It has been prayed over, and it's like the faith you have. Let's say you are very secured when wearing it. Like, let's say your church, you go to church, you pray on it so that to keep you safe. Some are very spiritual.
Still curious about why people wear the wristband, we probed further if the wristband really gives us a sense of belonging.
Looking at mine, it gives me a sense of belonging because with the Pesecos, I'm an old student. And then with the car bank, I save with the bank. So at least I wear it just because I have some kind of business I do it with them.
Actually, it's a thing from a BFF, a best friend forever, and I think that keeps our hearts linked up, like it keeps the friendship going.
Well, either way, the wristband craze is here to stay for as long as it lasts.
that's a wristband craze there. Quickly tell me what it also means to you to put on a wristband. We still on the white carpet, and Airtel kind courtesy make sure we have it every day. But of course, let me also share with you how simple Airtel has made it for you to be able to send money to loved ones, friends, family, whoever is in need, and you want to assist the person wherever you are and the person is. It's simple. Just quickly dial *500# on your Airtel SIM. It would take you straight to the Airtel Send Money menu, and when you get there, quickly punch in the amount of money you want to send to whoever you want to send that money to, and they of course punch in the recipient's number, whoever you're sending the money to. Type the person's number, and when you press send, quickly the person would receive that money. So why don't you try that right now? But also make sure that you have some money in your Airtel money wallet, and you'll be able to do that successfully. So try that and give me feedback. Right, so I told you we're talking to that gospel musician who probably you haven't. I don't remember the last time you saw or heard of him, but I know that probably because I've followed him, so I haven't lost track of him so much. I am talking about the Mokobe man. That has always been my love. It's you I've loved so much, so it readily comes to mind. But afterwards, he also has come with other tracks that I'm sure you're familiar with. I'm talking about Ni Okai. Hi, Ni.
Hello.
A high five would do for
me.
Thank
Great.
You're looking fresh, though.
By grace.
That's nice. What's up with you?
You mentioned Mokobe. Mokobe was 10 years last December.
I see.
Yeah.
Any celebration coming up?
Exactly. We looked at how God has been faithful, and the best way to celebrate it is to also bring benefit to 10 needy Ghanaians across the nation. So we are sponsoring 10 heart surgeries for 10 kids under 10 years from the 10 regions.
I see.
And we launched it on the very day that Mokobe turned 10 years, 21st December 2003. And we are still on. 2013, I said 2013. Look at me. Mokobe came 2003 actually.
So it's in place. I mean, I quickly calculated and I still landed the 10 years.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's a good cause you are charting.
By grace. If God has given us such faithfulness, you know, regardless of all that we've been through, that's the least we can do.
Sure. And how is it going?
It's been awesome. Standard Chartered came through for us, and so we're able to sponsor the very first surgery. First Capital Plus also made the announcement this year. So we are going to announce it come April, get the second beneficiary to take up. And then we are going on a tour, actually. We are getting churches involved to sponsor somebody, to make sure that somebody's heart is sorted. We talk about the spiritual heart, but the physical hearts too are also very important. And you know, cardio issues have come up recently.
I was just about asking that. Like, it looks like, is it that now that our attention is going on it, or it's now that it is getting that bad?
No, it's been there all this while. Veterans like Professor Frimpong Boateng have been trumpeting this thing for a very long time. Our eating habits and some of our ways of doing our things and all the character and habit issues that we need to look at. And I think because of the big one that happened beginning of the year, many of us are now aware that it's really an issue. But for me, something struck me that there are people who need to vote about 15,000 Ghana cedi to do a surgery. And they can't get it. So they stop going for checkup.
They give up.
Look, when we're trying to identify people to bring benefit to, we learned that somebody died because help was coming from nowhere. So we are really bent on, getting this thing done by October, getting 10 of these heart surgeries sponsored fully.
If I got you right, you're doing it for children.
For children under 10 years.
Why children? Is it that these days we're having recurring situations in children with heart problems?
No, it's been there all along, and even with older people. But we figure that the children are the future. So you look at a 3-year-old who may lose out just because they don't have funds to sort out the heart thing. Meanwhile, it can be sorted out here in Ghana.
Yeah.
all they need is money, and we spend money on many other things.
In your efforts to assist them, have you also tried to find out what really brings about the heart conditions?
Yes, we are doing this in collaboration with the Ghana Heart Foundation, and I recall Professor Frimpong Boateng in a number of the interviews say that it all has to do with some of our lifestyle changes, you know, some of the things that we've accepted, you know, because we've gone global.
So is it coming from birth? Because
yes.
These are very young children.
Yes, from birth.
I see.
From birth.
So lifestyle is affecting
parents, affecting children, and all that. And it's sad because this child comes innocent, hasn't played any part in this, but you know, it's affecting them all across the country. A friend actually whispered to me last year that it was a silent killer and it's killing many young people, but not many are diagnosed. Just a few people who pry get to know that it's actually a cardiac arrest or heart condition and that kind of a thing. So we added, as part of raising funds, we also do advocacy. So wherever we go, we highlight the issues again. And because the big one that happened this year, it almost picks up everywhere we go. Everybody is now very much aware, very alert, that at least you should visit your doctor to check, you know, once in a year, at least once in a year. Just check how your heart is functioning, how other body parts.
I have a friend who says at the beginning of the year, he makes sure he checks his lungs, his heart, his kidney, his tooth, every part of every organ he has in his system. Exactly. He goes checking.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you lived like 500 years.
Well. But it's all because God too has been faithful with Mukobe. Anywhere I go, they say Mukobe. I used to be very tired of it, but now I'm not tired of it because there's been numerous testimonies across the world. I was in Kuwait last year because of the song Mukobe. Somebody found Mukobe on YouTube, not a Ghanaian, a Sri Lankan.
A Sri Lankan, okay.
And worship with it and got a pastor to also love the music, and they requested.
Even though they can't understand it.
I tell you.
Yeah,
so they request that I should come all the way to Kuwait to minister that song and other songs, and everywhere I go, God is doing awesome things with this song.
That's wonderful.
So I'm very grateful.
I told you I have a family something with that track.
Yeah, you said it.
I love the tune. And probably we should share with us, give us that refreshing memory. 10 years ago, you hit our screens with that tune that has stayed powerful and lived with us for 10 years.
Yeah.
Refresh us.
Nanyumo cheofe nyamanche oni nena nichumoy minjeoyi omo ponaleyada oni chumoy benagbe nuncho moko beni tamabo. Oh, lele, moko beni tamobo.
I don't speak God, but when it comes to your song, I'm able to sing it.
Oh, we thank God. We thank God. We thank God.
Nay, you are a blessing to Ghana.
Thank
you so much. And we love the work you do, and keep it up. And God give you the grace and the wisdom to carry through with it.
And thank you for what you're doing on White Carpet. It's always a joy to come back here.
That's flattering. Thank you so much.
You like the high five? Okay.
Sure, I prefer the high five. So we have, all right, so we have been hanging out with Ni Okai, who after 10 years of releasing the powerful track Mukobe, which I'll be playing back for you very soon, just in case you did not catch up with it 10 years ago. Well, we have it. So he, based on the 10th anniversary of that success he embarked on 10 years ago, is charting a course that's worthy to be supported. And he's supporting children with heart conditions, and 10 children are going to be benefits from that project in the 10 regions of Ghana for his 10th anniversary. Let's just quickly recap some excerpts of the project he's embarked on. And when we come back, we're talking theatre right here with Ni Komi.
Raising funds for 10 children under the age of 10. commemoration of the 10 years of Mokube.
We'll be able to give this young man life.
One of the few people in Ghana that is taking a different twist to this whole thing called stardom and even gospel music. And I think that having taken this huge step probably will pave a way for others to also consider beyond spirituality and beyond feeding our spirits, consider something beyond that and even saving lives.
Mokube at 10 years ago, Mokube was launched afresh. God has been so good. Mokube has traveled the nations. It's even been to Kuwait and back. It's traveling the world over, blessing lives everywhere. And for me, it's a great privilege to serve, to be a part of the team that is taking this project to the next phase.
Everybody's celebrating 10 years, so we want to always support a very worthy cause. And no other cause than to save lives. I was like, wow, hey, I'm 100%.
And Mokube, at a point, I remember some of us were even advocating it should become the anthem for all Christians in Ghana because it's so simple.
Good music and appreciation.
The impact of Mokube on this scale will be far-reaching.
It's made a lot of impact on a lot of us and a lot of people. I believe this is a very worthy project. We want people to come and support. I mean, saving hearts. The heart, as Bible says, out of it comes issues of life, and it is dear to God.
Raising funds to help children in acid.
When it has to do with saving people with heart disease and things like that, it's a lot about things. It needs to be encouraged and other musicians to follow, suit. God will mend your heart in every way, not just physically, but spiritually, psychologically, emotionally.
It's as physical as it is spiritual.
Such a thing like saving people or helping people you may not know from any place.
The money it stores away because it is a wonderful thing to be able to help anything concerning humanity. I believe in Okai. I believe in his ministry, and I know that it is really a calling. And so for him to be embarking on such a project, and I know that I can help in my very small way.
I believe that it's a good step, it's a great one to actually even complement all that God has done over the 10-year period.
This child's encounter of Mokube will be a new heart.
It helps save their lives. It's part of God's design.
The question many have been asking is whether Ghana's theatre industry is really growing and booming. Well, but for Uncle Ebo, we all know he made a name and took the bold step to revive theatre, which we all love. And so right after him, I'm sure he was a great inspiration to many young ones who attempted, and few of them have been able to sustain that. One of the few who have been able to sustain the consistency is Nikomi, who is noted for romantic nonsense and sweet and sad dreams, and now he says anti-clockwise. I don't even want to ask you about anti-clockwise. Just tell us about it.
Yeah, as the name sounds, anti-clockwise, because there comes a time in our lives where, as much as we try to progress in life, things go the other way around. I mean, as individuals, as a people, as a nation, as a continent, even as a global village, sometimes you try to see how best you can progress. And the more you try, the more things go haywire. So it happens in our lives, and basically that's what anti-clockwise seeks to address.
You start romantic nonsense. Yeah. Then just when I'm trying to settle with it, then you come and tell me sweet and sad dreams.
That's sweet dreams and nightmares. Yeah, sweet dreams and nightmares.
Sweet dreams and nightmares.
Yes.
And just when I want to settle with that one, then you're telling me anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise.
Why?
We find ourselves in the creative industry, and so you must always make sure you come out with something that is appetizing to your audience, something you have to package.
Today we are even lucky. You're not giving us the vocabulary. You're very gentle with us.
Normally I don't release the vocabs on Saturdays. Especially around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's true. I remember now.
So basically, that's what we try to do. We try to, as much as possible, give our audience something to always look out for.
Okay.
And we, as much as possible, also try not to flatter to falter. So yes,
we are there. Flatter to falter.
Yes.
I bet you don't want to attempt this one if your tongue is turning some other anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
Right, so quickly, let's recap. I know there have been lots of challenges in you trying to keep the pace. Could you share some with us?
Yeah, it's not been easy. We are 5 years this year since we started, especially on a larger scale at the National Theatre. We are 5 years. It's not been so easy, but by His grace, it's not been. We've been able to weather the storm. For instance, you talk about people getting to appreciate the theatre. And you have to put in maximum effort. You have to do a lot of branding and make sure that you have something quality and convince people to come and watch. So the road has not been that smooth, and we've tried as much as possible. I've known a number of colleagues who have also started, but sometimes you realize that it's not been easy for them. But we strongly believe that we're not going to give up. And we're fighting very hard to ensure that we use theatre to address socio-political and economic issues in our country.
I see, okay. So I really wish to share some excerpts of rehearsals preceding the day of premiering of Anti-Clockwise right here on the white carpet. So in a moment we'll bring you excerpts from the rehearsals. But quickly, tell me, why did you choose? How often do you actually come with a play?
As much as possible, I try to at least come out with one play. Now, this is the
once a year.
Yeah, once a year. You know, as much as we try to keep the pace with our audience as much as possible. This is a creative work, and so and a lot goes into it. And as much as we are trying to be contemporize things, we also try not to flout the rules of dramatic literature. You know, because when you watch my plays, there are some key elements that you find, talking about conflict, satire, dramatic irony, and all those things. It's a play that appeals to both the academia and then the novice in the field. And for you to do that, you must finish with your play, analyze it, give it to colleagues to analyze it, give it to the academia to analyze it before it comes out. And so there have been times where people go like, we don't see most of your plays, but as much as possible, we try to tell them that once we coming out, then you must appreciate what we do.
All right, so let's quickly take a look at excerpts from the rehearsals of Anti-Clockwise. When we come back, we're still here with Nikomi.
I say, shut up! This foul, you like the steady too much. Mami Araba, make sure that I see the dead body of this foul in my live shoot this Sunday.
So I have divorced you. None of the characters in any of the 10 novellas will behave like this. Marcus will not behave like this.
You are back again. Your marriage has to work this time, Toshi.
Ma, I said there is no way I am going back to that Carlos Ostrich, that chimpanzee who calls himself a husband. I have never seen such an unromantic, irresponsible ostrich of a man before. So I have divorced him. Me, Toshi, I have divorced him with immediate effect.
Toshi, who is that chimpanzee you are talking about? My friend, if your sweat touches me again, you forget your date of birth. Where is that my phone?
Hey, I said I'm going to show this.
Yes.
Listen,
hello?
I'm buying you a heifer.
Hello?
Where is that?
Yes, good afternoon, Doc. Yes, my name is Opuana. Yes. Is that the office of the Guinness Book of Records? Oh, great. Yes, please. A family member has set a record, and I want that record to be recorded. Yes. Hello? What kind of network is this? Hello?
not been near. I didn't know you could just call Guinness Book of Records and register your records in the book. Right. So, what do you look out for when you casting?
I look out for natural actors. I look out for people who are themselves. I look out for people I can also work with, because theater needs a lot of discipline, and so you need people who are very disciplined as well and very dedicated to what you're doing. You need people who love what you're doing, because it's not fun coming for rehearsals for over 4 months.
And do you have to pay them each rehearsal day?
No.
Okay.
No, we pay at the end of the production.
Okay.
Yes.
And are they all from School of Performing Arts? Or
No.
it's wide range?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about some are working as bankers, some are working in the ministries, some are PR people.
Okay.
I think usually you just get like 1 person or 2 people from the School of Performing Arts. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So we just observed World Theatre Day, and the question we put out there is, what is the future? Do we really have a theatre industry, and what is the future of that theatre industry?
I wouldn't say we get into a place where we are still picking up. Ghana is gradually moving from, as it were, where we used to be, to a particular place where people are now appreciating theatre. I wouldn't say we have an in and out theatre industry. I have not seen a theatre industry yet, but I believe that we are picking up, because all over, in Kumasi alone, within the last 2 months, I could count up to about 7 plays being staged in Kumasi. We were in Kumasi last September, and the attendance was overwhelming. People were standing. So it gives us the impression that people are embracing theatre by and by. But when you talk about bill that has been passed with regard to theatre, we talk about other forms of regulations and all that. We don't have it. And for you to have a theatre industry, all those things must be put in place.
Yeah. All right, so when are we watching the Anti-Clockwise at the National Theatre?
Yes, Anti-Clockwise is happening live at the National Theatre on the 20th. That's Easter Sunday. And we chose that day because it's so special. Easter Sunday, because the following day you have so much time to rest. And we chose that day because this time around we want you to be there. Because we usually do our shows on Saturdays.
I'm going to work, or I'm going to church on National Theatre.
So I strongly believe you're going to be present. It's on the 20th of April, and it's happening 4 p.m. first show, and then 8 p.m. second show. And then there is one distinctive thing about Anti-Clockwise. It encapsulates things that happen both in the career part, financial part, social part, and all that. It's such a play that people you would want to watch and watch again.
Of course, I would want to hear what he said about the record that has been set that he once entered into the Guinness Book of Records.
This is a family that is trying to make up with life. You know, the man used to work at.
But I hope you're not telling me what he booked, because then you'd have told me the story.
I'm not telling you the story. I'm not telling you the story. I'm just trying to tease you with the story.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a man who used to work as a banker, and 27 years ago, he lost his job because the bank was liquidated. I don't want to mention any bank's name, but the bank was liquidated, and so he sought to open a poultry farm. And so he became a poultry farmer, and he has to take care of his family. So basically, that's what the story talks about. And he has a son who wants to really play football in one of the European countries. And so he said, either I travel outside to go and play football, or I die. And that's the story. And
that's
so,
real, huh?
Yes, it's so real, a family story. And we are very proud to be associated with Mamaye. Mamaye, it's fighting maternal mortality.
Okay.
And so they saw what we're doing, and we are doing this thing with them because we strongly believe that maternal mortality and child issues have become of grave concern to this year. Unfortunately, the MDG report that came out indicated that Ghana will not be able to meet this goal by 2015.
So all hands on deck.
Yes, and so as much as we are going to entertain and educate people, we are also going to use this occasion to fight very hard to make sure that we are able to meet this goal and get people who go to the maternity ward and they don't come back, children who are born and then they are dead. We are going to fight through drama.
Right, Nick, thank you so much for sharing, and
You're
it's
welcome.
a good cause you are Shatta. So
thank you so
in
much.
our small way, let's all go watch the movie, the theater, the play I'm talking about, and contribute in our small way to help save those maternal situations that we don't want to live with. In a moment, your critics will be right here with us on the white carpet, but Nee has some 5 tickets to give away, not today, so keep watching the space. Before the 20th of April, 5 of you would have the opportunity to go and also relax on the 20th of April at the National Theatre with Anti-Clockwise.
I'm Moen, and you're watching The White Carpet. Keep it right here, and remember, God will make a way where there seems to be no way.
Your favorite critics are here on the white carpet. Francis Dokuve, entertainment analyst, and Bertrand Danatekson, the entertainment critic. Hi.
Hello.
Did you go to eat kinky today?
Yes.
I knew it.
I'm going to deny it.
You are not among.
All right.
Our new word is among.
Among.
Instead of among, it's among. You are not among.
Well, how about anchor?
Anchor.
Well, I'll tell you about that later.
Wait.
But instead of anchor, you say anchor.
Oh, sounds like something Maria Ture will say.
Well, it's not Marian, interestingly. Well.
Do you know if Enoch have feelings?
Who?
He said he was going to ask you that question.
If he...
Enoch's.
As in Ethiopian Enoch. In the Bible. Do they have feelings? Yes.
Since I don't even know the word, it's hard to answer.
I told you. I told you.
Are you enjoying my seat, Uncle Francis?
Yes. It's a very comfortable
so you want
seat.
To sit in this every
I want
day?
to sit in it every day. It's nice. So you take mine, let me take yours.
Alright, so Shata Wale is pointing accusing fingers at Samini for an attack he suffered in Toronto, Canada last weekend. Aren't we tired of this fight?
Yeah, it's no news. Pointing accusing fingers at him every time,
and
everywhere he
Bulldog
goes.
says that right after that attack, then Samini gets on Twitter and updates that Toronto...
It's a turf.
Yeah, it's a turf. High-grade family to the world. With a laughter at the end, LOL. Could he really be the one?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
You don't feel like talking about Shata Wale and Samini?
Not necessarily. I think we've been going on and on about them for a long time.
Is it getting out of hand now?
It is not getting out of hand. It's becoming stale, in my view, because it's almost like every other week we have to have something to be said about them. It's just a suspicious animosity between the two of them, that if something happens, the other one thinks it's the other one. And most often it's Shata Wale who thinks that it's Samini, or who has strong feelings that it's Samini. I don't know what it is.
It's like that Shata Wale is the angel here and Samini is always the devil, because every time it's Shata Wale who suspects something and it's caused by Samini.
And I really don't know what it is that is between them, but in the end, it manifests, strongly in the media, and we have to come and sit here and talk about it. And they should sort whatever difference
to the
it is
extent
they
that
have.
is it Caramantes, the Jamaican lady, has written a letter to Ghana, and specifically it's about Shata Wale and Samini.
That one?
That she's cautioning them to stop the fight and live in unity. Dancehall is about unity and not about the kind of fight they put in us.
There's much ado about nothing.
Who is she?
The one of the dancehall aficionados.
Oh, okay. No, I've never even heard her name before. So maybe if she has that authority, in terms of understanding that terrain, and she thinks she can talk to them, maybe they should listen to her. Maybe they won't. We have spoken so many times and they haven't listened to us. Maybe we are not aficionados in the true sense of the word. So maybe now they will listen to him and sort their differences, whatever difference they are, sort it out. Perhaps it's also a part of keeping the hype.
Sure.
You know, because musicians and most other popular people know that you have to stay relevant at all costs. You do the things that will keep you relevant. You say the things that will keep you relevant. So and perhaps this is one of the things that will keep them relevant. Well, I mean, it's possible as well. They know this game and they play it very well. And perhaps that's what they're playing. And then they get all of us
would sell who?
pulled into. Well, unfortunately, we are not popular people. We're just
people. But of course, we are popular in our own small ways.
We're just people who talk about popular people. If that makes us popular, that's fine, so be it. You know, we don't set out to be popular.
Not at all. Frankly, we are not in the popularity contest.
At all, we're not,
Sure. I personally don't find anything wrong with it. You know, I think as musicians just doing what musicians do best. Just that in this case is Shata Wale and his manager Bulldog, who is a very good friend of mine, who have taken that stance. Personally, I thought the stories are quite inconsistent, you know, because if there is anything that's going to happen, I don't think you should belittle the intelligence of a hotel, a 4-star hotel for that matter.
Exactly.
You cannot walk into Golden Tulip with a bunch of people and they will even stop you at the gate.
How did they even find the exact room?
Of course. I mean, you know, it doesn't add up so much. However, also on the other hand, especially when a celebrity is, and the hotel knows there's a celebrity around, they even tighten security because if something should happen to the celebrity,
was
guess
he
what?
sleeping there as a celebrity in the first place?
Of course, if you're checking in, you should let people know who you're coming with. If you have,
by
their standards,
you know, because maybe the international nature of it. These are people who came for a performance. Of course, they would obviously have a work permit. Their visa will be different from just a tourist. So that alone should tell you, because at the front desk also you are declaring who you are. If you have any valuables whatsoever, you also have to declare them. So whoever you are or your status, of course you are traveling with more than 6 or 7 people at a time. You need to disclose who you are. And then of course maybe the hotel, even if you don't request, they are still going to give you some extra security just to beef up. Because remember, the image of the hotel is at stake. That's paramount to them. They don't care about you per se, but about them, you know. So that makes me, you know, struggle a little or find it very difficult to understand how the accusation is holding up, you know. However, I would also like to say, like Uncle Francis said, it's just showbiz people, you know, trying to stay relevant. At the end of the day, guess what? They got prime time. They got you talking about it.
For how many minutes now? Imagine.
Exactly.
Let's
move
on.
So he's, well, I suggest so too.
Have you listened to Bukom Banku's track for Aite Palace?
Which one? Is that another one?
Yes.
The latest one or the
which
old
one do you know?
The one with the guy.
Aite Powers, Bukom Banku Labo.
Yes.
That's an old one. Oh.
Yeah, that's been part of the whole
hype. Okay.
So it's been around for a while.
Okay, well, I'm sure you're not familiar with it.
No, I am. I've heard it.
You've heard it, but you haven't watched the video.
No, I haven't watched the video.
Okay, so let me just show some. So let me keep quiet. Just enjoy a bit of it. If it's a special tune for Aite Powers.
Well, I think it was all just a part of the hype.
But what does it mean?
Oh, he's saying that Aite Powers, it is Bukom Banku who takes care of you. I feed you. Mina Michelle.
Without me, you cannot
And
survive.
then at the point, it says that when your father died, your mother died, you came for money from me to bury them, and you haven't even brought back the money to me. You know, kind of thing. It's just flexing to tell you that, you know, he rules and he's going to beat you on top of it, you know. But suddenly,
it's the most exciting boxing bout hype I've ever.
Ever. I mean, we haven't had a boxing fight for a long time. Even during the days of DK Poison, you know,
it wasn't like this.
You had something that looks like this. But in the very modern era, I think this is the most hyped.
Sure.
You know, people. I understand when the tickets came out that it got sold out.
Sure, it got sold out.
So.
But my favorite so far is his Facebook post that it be your hair you do like that. That's the new one. Go to Soa, the Baba.
Not TV.
Soa don't do give you. I will beat the demon out of you because you are my friend.
It's so high, but it's unfortunate that it got to where it was, and someone had to. That's it on the screen.
Okay, so I am here. Aite is go church for deliverance. He make big mistake. He forgo so the Baba, not church. Demon is there. Aite hair. He cut him. He be free. You do your hair like that. Why demon no go enter you? If Soa is not due, I bank go beat demon away for Aite because Aite is my friend. I love that.
But you know what I think? I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just my own suspicion that I don't think he writes it himself.
I don't think he wrote it. No.
A person is writing like the way he would.
Literal.
You know, but it's all. But I mean, it's a very exciting.
And you know, many people think that Bukomuri can really beat Aite up. So
there are some people who also said that they hope that Aite would silence him because he talks too much.
He can very loud. Surprise,
you know, he's very loud and all that. I mean, he has a very sweet record of not losing a fight at all.
18 fights, no loss.
No loss at all. And he has a very high rate of knockouts, you know, as well.
He doesn't waste time.
He doesn't waste time. And he had predicted that he was going to take around 7. He's going to take him. But I said, well, there won't be around 7, so because I'll knock you out at around 6.
I see.
You know. And you know what he said? I mean, I watched his interview on Diva's show. It's on the net, on YouTube, and he said that look, he was going to come to the stadium to the match with 7 naked girls.
Oh my
God.
Bukombanko.
Why would he come with 7 naked men?
Oh no, we're not interested.
Who's going to look at men? What are you talking about?
You and us don't have the same taste.
And 7 signifies the number of rounds. And then the guy said, okay, then you take your girls away because there won't be 7. You know, it was very interesting.
Right.
But, I hope it comes on anyway.
2nd May. Now, 2nd May. So we're watching out.
Yeah. I heard, yes, it's not been cancelled completely. It's going to come on. And I'm happy also. You know, this reminds me of a certain boxer called Muhammad Ali who talks. And most of him backs the talking with the action. He knocks the person out at that time. It's unfortunate this guy hasn't gone international and won so many laurels for us. Everything he's doing is mostly local.
He knows where his capacity is, so he's not biting more than he can chew.
Or he's saying they are trying to sabotage him outside because they know the damage he can cause, you know. But however, it doesn't matter. At least he's creating some excitement, like you know, we're all saying here. It's been a while we've had such thing, and it's taking a lot of the tension away. You know, I mean, look, all of a sudden we're talking about two people who are semi-literate. Is it semi or illiterate? I mean, stuck literate.
Talking about boxing.
I mean, you know, this guy, because I hear he can't spell his own name, you know, and stuff like that. But look, they've created something in the country, and why not? This is sports and entertainment all put in one. It's good for the industry. We are happy. Yes.
You know about the Copyright Office, right?
Yes.
Have you heard that a group is advocating for it dissolved? They actually intend to write a petition to the president that he should dissolve the board because they have failed Ghanaians and the musicians. There's too much piracy going on, too much corruption going on in there, so they feel they're as good as not there at all.
Who are these people?
I hope Kobolo isn't one.
No, it's a section of some musicians who feel that they are not fairly treated as musicians.
Well, but they can only speak music. I mean, the copyright is bigger than just music. The Copyright Office is for all creative work.
Sure.
That comes about literary work, among others, including music. Music is just one aspect of the thing that the Copyright Office covers. So you cannot say, in my view, that because it doesn't serve your interests, therefore then it should be scrapped. I think what you should say sensibly, in my view, is that we should find ways by which we can
make it effective.
But what I also don't even get is why the group is not bold enough to show their face. Because reading the story, I don't really get who this group is, but they keep talking about
the import of what they are saying. Perhaps they are whistleblowers, but even whistleblowers show their faces after some
time. Now, what
time.
whistle are you blowing here? I mean, you say that your interest is not being met.
Where are the
so
facts?
It's not about even blowing interest. What interest is it? Well, how is it not being met? And is there a way we can do the Copyright Office a bit more effective? I mean, the truth is, there's a lot of piracy everywhere. In the world, there are piracy that goes on.
Every industry.
And the Copyright Office should be stronger to ensure that they curb it. But you don't say that because you know
you're not happy.
You're not happy. It should be dissolved. That's like throwing away the baby with the bathwater. You know,
or me saying they should dissolve ECG.
That one happened at CAT.
They threw the baby away
in the bathwater.
They'll come after you.
We don't know if there was bathwater or not. Oh yeah, or like saying that because ECG,
you know,
as we know how they are,
they should dissolve
it. Dissolve it, which will be happy.
Why you want us to go into darkness?
You'll be happy about that one.
Sure.
I say, well,
yeah, what do you say?
I agree with you. You know, I wish we'll see the faces of the people making the allegations. Why not? It's a good call if they think that people are not being effective, but it just doesn't cover only musicians, like you said. It's big.
Book writers, theater, all those people are in there. Yeah,
of course.
Movie makers, they're out there.
Yeah, to make your voice, more audible and for us to hear some more, you can appeal to those other groups, and then if they share the same sentiments, why not? You come together and then you
But it's not really about dissolving, it's about changing, making sure there's some effectiveness somewhere.
Of course.
Correcting structures, making sure structures are working effectively. And
that's very true.
Dissolve, because if you dissolve, then what happens?
And maybe you can build another
Or
one.
are they the pirate group, so if it's dissolved, then it's
They'll
easier.
have a field day. But who are they petitioning? The president of the republic?
They intend to petition the president
of the republic. Oh, okay.
That's big, huh? They mean business, but they should show their face to go with the business, huh?
Of course. Should we dissolve parliament?
Answer that one.
According to Kofi Wayo, yes.
I will go by their logic.
Are you trying to say parliament is not effective?
No, it's not. Instead of talking about things that would be more beneficial to us,
I am not among.
They are talking about changing laws of the University of Ghana.
I am not among.
You have a stake in the University of Ghana thing?
I'm an alumnus of the
university. They also equally have alumni.
So they cannot just talk that they change the laws because the university decided to make.
Are you saying Gabriel Latini didn't go there?
He went beyond his bounds. Let's just say that.
This is a white carpet.
Yeah, so...
Need I remind us?
Before we go, where is Michi Bellino?
Oh, Miss Bell.
Is it still on the stands? Is it still in the shops?
I'm asking you.
I didn't ever see any Michi
designer.
Bellino.
She no fit?
Oops.
She came to mind today. I just thought I should ask her.
Really? You sure? Your question
about the designer or the design?
The whole package.
Really? No, have you heard something we are not aware of?
No, I'm being. Oh no! Now why are you making me?
Is she dating an eunuch?
Right. So today, unfortunately, we could not read your WhatsApp messages. We have a small technical hitch, but trust me, it will be resolved. And next week we'll be in the conversation with you here on the white carpet. I'd like to say thank you to Wear Ghana for my beautiful outfit, and of course my hair. Thank you to you, Miss K. I love the hair. I've donned it. I'm never taking it off till whenever you call me to come back and change it. So I'm loving it. Thank you to all who have been part Airtel. Thank you all for being with us on the white carpet, for watching, and for you understanding. But of course, I have 5 tickets for anti-clockwise from Nikomi. So watch the space before 20th April. I'll give them out to you watching me from wherever. Francis Nana, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Is today not anybody's birthday?
Oh, today is Nana Kufado's birthday.
And,
Mr. Osei, MPP
okay, so
man,
let's do it the one you have remembered. Happy birthday to you, Nana Kufado. Happy 70th birthday, the young man who looks very youthful at 17. Thank you so much. My name is Gladys Osei Oredu. Catch you same time next week for another edition. Catch a repeat on Sunday at 9:30 p.m. right here on Joy News and on His TV at 11 a.m. on Sunday and 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Thank you.